Okay, so I watched several videos on fixing makeup, bronzers, eyeshadows, any powder-based makeup that is broken, and how to fix them. So this is my very first attempt, and what I've done is I have two Mary Kay bronzing powders in the same color, just two separate batches. And although I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not a Mary Kay fan by default as far as their concealers or their foundations. I am completely obsessed with their bronzer. And my lovely mom just ordered me a new one, so I had these two extras, and you'll see one of them is broken and the other one is just sort of in the corner. And of course I'm neurotic enough that I can't get my brush in there good enough, so I figured why not try these out and test it to combine them and flatten them back out and see how this goes. So what I have is an actual melon ball peeler scoop thing, and honestly this is because it seemed like the most practical thing to me, and it's also 10 o'clock at night, so I figured rather than root around my entire kitchen I'm gonna go with the melon ball peeler thing. And then I have 70% rubbing alcohol. So that is it essentially. So the first step is to combine them. So I'm going to put them in this one. Oh, you will see there's a lot of stuff on the bottom of that. And then anything that is left over in the corners, whatever you can get in there. I'm going to use the end of a spoon that I have. Okay, so the next step is to break up even the pieces that are not broken. And so I'm going to sort of go around the edges, separate this, and sort of get it all into the middle. And then I'm going to sort of smush it with the bottom of the spoon. And I've read several different places that you should get it into as fine of pieces as you can. And then some other people have said, you know, you can leave the clumps in there because it doesn't really matter when the alcohol hits it, it will absorb it either way. But I don't know, I guess I figure if it's more fine, then it will absorb better. So what I'm going to do is then sort of shake that to be even somewhat. I'm making a mess. Okay, my good old melon baller thing is not coming in handy as much as I thought that it would be. So what I read is that you can just take the cap, and it's sort of going to be trial and error, so I'll start with a little bit at a time, and then it's supposed to cover at least most of the powder, and then what we'll do is we'll stir it up to make it like a paste. And once the alcohol is truly set in and you'll see it sort of darken a little bit, then we're going to flatten it with the bottom of the spoon and sort of make it a smoother top, if you will. Some people I know even do designs. We're not going to get that fancy smancy, but we're going to go from there. So I'm just going to put a little bit in here first. Oh my, that's a lot. So I'm going to leave it as that. So maybe the melon ball peeler thing wasn't the best, because now I have to stick my finger in that thing to get it out. Or we'll use the bottom of the spoon. One way or another, we'll get it out. Now normally I do not have the patience to do this. I admire anybody that does this, but I've always wanted to try because part of me is skeptical, I guess, to see if this even really works and it actually looks the same as if it was when it was brand new. But I figure, what the hey, let's try it. So this looks pretty even as far as mixed together. And I'm going to try to do mine just like on one side of it, since there's not enough to do like the whole container. So we'll just sort of spread this out. And I know that there's more alcohol in here to one corner. I'm going to have to lift this up. This is not messy. If I ever decide to open up a cosmetic line, never buy my makeup, because this is what it would look like. And which is really funny, because those of you that know me well enough, I am OCD to the fullest, and this is really actually driving me nuts. So we're gonna let this sit for a second, and then we're going to try to smooth it out, but we've got to let it sort of absorb a little bit more, and then so that way when we use the back of our spoon to sort of smooth out the surface, it won't stick to the spoon. It's got to dry out a little bit. So let's just give this a little rest. I am like very shimmery. I'm really not sure how long this has to stay. I saw somebody that put a Kleenex on top and then use the back of the spoon to flatten it out. But I don't know how long it exactly sat for, because I could tell that there was like a lapse in the video, so I'm not quite sure. We're gonna just move this out of the way. So I can tell that this is hardening. I don't know if you can see that through here, but it is sort of hardening here. I can tell just by the texture of it. I'm going to wipe the sides of this a little bit better. Maybe not so much, considering that just moved. Well, if I put this paper towel or a tissue on it and it's too wet, then it all comes up, and this is just a test anyways. So no love lost here. Or if it works, I will be really surprised. Okay, let's try it. Let's use the melon. So I can already tell that it's really wet, which means that it's absorbing more of that alcohol. OMG. It worked. Do you see that? This is insane. Hey, and it's even a cute texture. Huh. Whoa. Go CJ. I am like beyond shocked right now. So as I said, it's like almost 10 o'clock. So I'm going to let this sit. I'm going to wash both of these out and I'm going to actually save the empty one. So should I get ambitious again and try this on my own, I'll have at least another empty container. But I'm going to let this sit tonight and then show you guys what it looks like in the morning, and I will attempt to use it for my morning routine. See you later.